My name is Dory LaForette, and I'm a research scholar at Child Trends.
And I'm Rachel Abinavuli, a research scientist at Child Trends.
We are leading this process evaluation of the Colorado Universal Preschool Program. This video shares some of the first findings out of this multi-year evaluation based on information we collected in 2025. In early 2025, the Colorado Department of Early Childhood, or CDEC, hired Child Trends to independently evaluate the Colorado Universal Preschool Program. An independent evaluation helps track the program's success, find ways to improve, and ensure accountability since the evaluators are not involved in running the program. First, we'll provide a quick background on the Colorado Universal Preschool Program and explain our evaluation goals. Then we'll share our 2025 findings across three main areas: how the program is being built, how it operates, and who's participating. We'll finish with 5 key takeaways from our work so far. Okay, so quickly, what is the Colorado Universal Preschool Program? The Colorado Universal Preschool Program, or Universal Preschool, serves 3 and 4-year-olds through a mixed delivery system, meaning preschool services at school districts, programs in the community offering center-based care, and with providers who offer care in the provider's home. All 4-year-old children qualify for 15 hours of preschool per week, helping to ensure universal access. Some children may receive 30 hours per week through targeted access based on specific factors, like family income, being a multilingual learner, being in foster care, experiencing homelessness, or having special education needs. Currently, 3-year-olds who meet at least one qualifying factor can receive 10, 15, or 30 hours of coverage per week, depending on the school district. The program's vision is to provide high-quality, affordable preschool to prepare Colorado's children for success. To achieve this, the state has 2 main goals. Number 1, help more children enroll in affordable preschools that meet key learning goals. And number 2, ensure children across Colorado are better prepared for kindergarten. Universal Preschool launched rapidly. In 2020, voters approved funding from a state tobacco tax to fund the program. Legislation officially created the program in 2022, and families began participating in 2023. Now in its 3rd year, the program has already served over 86,000 4-year-olds. Even more children have been served if you include 3-year-olds. So a little bit about the process evaluation background and goals. A process evaluation like the one we're doing looks at how a program operates in real life. It considers whether the program is brand new or well established, identifying what's working and what's getting in the way. While an outcomes evaluation measures final impact or if a program works, doing an outcomes evaluation can be misleading for new programs. If we don't first check if the program is being run correctly, we won't know if poor results come from the program itself or just poor delivery. That's why, for a new program like Universal Preschool, we focus on implementation first. Our evaluation focuses on how Universal Preschool is being put into practice and the experiences of those involved in the program: families, providers, local coordinating organizations or LCOs, and state personnel. We aren't measuring outcomes yet. Instead, we're looking how everyone involved is experiencing the program's rollout. We have 3 main focus areas: the foundation, how the program was built; the launch, how the program started; and the people, learning about the children, families, and providers who participate in Universal Preschool. In spring 2025, we began the evaluation by doing interviews, surveys, and/or focus groups with state leaders, LCOs, and providers. We also analyzed state application and payment data. These data spanned all 32 LCOs and a diverse mix of providers across home-based, community-based, and school district-based settings, including 38 school districts. We also had representation from metro and non-metro areas. We spent the fall analyzing this information to finalize our report. Our work is guided by teams of families, providers, local organizations, and experts, as well as the Colorado Evaluation and Action Lab at the University of Denver and our partners at Early Milestones Colorado and Early Years Forward. While we couldn't collect data from families in 2025, they are a main focus of our activities moving forward, along with other information gathering activities. We'll start with a high-level summary of our findings. For more details, you can find the full report and an executive summary on the Child Trends website. First, what have we learned about the structure and core components of Colorado's Universal Preschool program? We'll share what we learned and what it means for the program. Because Universal Preschool launched just 1 year after the law establishing the program passed, there was little time to build infrastructure, leading to many early adjustments. Despite these challenges, the program's launch is a major success for the state. The CDEC Executive Director leads Universal Preschool's governance, which, by design, includes some ways to gather input from interested parties. While this is a good start, the LCOs, providers, and other state leaders in early childhood we talked to described wanting more meaningful ways to give input and build trust with CDEC. Moving forward, it'll be vital for Universal Preschool to better involve interested parties in rulemaking and operational decisions. LCOs are intended to be vital to the Universal Preschool program, using their local expertise to support families and providers who want to be part of it. However, many LCOs currently experience a lack of clarity in their roles, communication gaps with CDEC, and limited resources. To succeed in their role and be a valued element of Universal Preschool's infrastructure, LCOs need clearer expectations and more support to effectively serve their communities. Universal Preschool was established in statute as a dedicated funding stream, with a structure that values both universal and targeted preschool access. While the program aspires to combine different funding sources, such as blending, braiding, and stacking funds, progress doing this has been slow. Moving forward, Universal Preschool needs better infrastructure to support leveraging of different funding sources, along with more clarity on payment processes and reimbursement rates to prevent financial strain on families and providers. Universal Preschool's main goal is to increase preschool access, and it has succeeded. However, other priorities like program quality, better data systems, and a data-driven continuous improvement plan still need work for Universal Preschool to achieve full implementation. While Universal Preschool is moving toward stabilization, it would need to further evolve beyond just being a funding stream should it seek to become a fully functional program that is distinct from other early childhood education programs. Using data to drive improvements will be key to its long-term success. Now I'll hand it over to Rachel to discuss Universal Preschool operations and processes.
Thanks, Dory. Now turning to the next area of findings, what have we learned so far about the Colorado Universal Preschool program's operations and processes? First, we heard that communication mechanisms and procedures have improved over time. However, the people we spoke with identified opportunities to strengthen communication, particularly through more interactive and in-person engagement with LCOs, providers, and families. While there is strong appreciation for state-level support of Universal Preschool, some people we spoke with expressed concerns about messaging clarity and consistency. For example, messages about family savings have sometimes caused confusion because savings vary widely across families. Overall, these findings point to opportunities to improve the quality, accuracy, and effectiveness of Universal Preschool communications, which could strengthen trust, confidence, and engagement with both the program and CDEC. The Universal Preschool application process has evolved over time and now includes 4 pathways. Pre-registration for families whose children will remain with a current provider or with the provider where they work or where the child's sibling attends. Family matching through the statewide system. Direct enrollment after the matching deadline and throughout the school year. And a separate direct enrollment process for children with an individualized education program, or IEP, to ensure they receive services aligned with their IEP. Providers generally understand and are satisfied with the process, and the matching system has become more efficient over time. At the same time, people we spoke with identified challenges, including confusion about hours children qualify for and next steps after matching. We also heard about technology gaps among some providers and families. These findings suggest opportunities to make application, matching, and enrollment processes clearer, less burdensome, and better supported through technology assistance. There is substantial variation among providers in program structure, operations, curricula, assessments, and services offered across universal preschool settings. This flexibility gives families a broad range of options. At the same time, it may also be important to clearly define what distinguishes universal preschool from other preschool programs, so families can make more informed choices. These findings also establish an important baseline as CDEC develops future quality standards and identifies the supports providers may need to align with them. Now turning to our final area of findings. Who is participating in the Colorado Universal Preschool Program? More than 60% of providers participated in Universal Preschool during the 2024 to 2025 school year. Most providers who join the program continue participating, and participation has grown over time. Providers across a range of quality levels are represented, but participation is somewhat lower among home-based providers compared to school district-based and community-based providers. For participating providers, access to state funding was a key factor influencing their decision to participate in universal preschool. For non-participating providers, maintaining autonomy outside the state system was a common reason not to join. Some providers also said they lacked sufficient information when making participation decisions. Overall, increasing participation and retention is encouraging. Additional research is needed to better understand lower participation among home-based providers and how that aligns with family preferences and provider capacity. Clearer information about program requirements, payments, and expectations may also support provider decision-making. Although we did not speak directly with families, providers, LCOs, and state and regional leaders shared what they have heard from families. A major driver of participation is access to tuition-free preschool, particularly given the high cost of childcare. Among families who do not participate, reasons may include satisfaction with a current non-universal preschool provider or limited availability of universal preschool options that meet their needs. While these are helpful insights, these findings highlight the importance of gathering direct input from families to better understand participation decisions and inform future program improvements. In terms of overall access, Universal Preschool served more than 40,000 4-year-olds in the 2024 to 2025 school year. Most children are enrolled in school district-based and community-based programs. Fewer children are served in home-based settings, reflecting both provider participation and smaller capacity among those providers. Since the launch of Universal Preschool, Colorado has moved from 27th to 3rd nationally in public preschool access for 4-year-olds, representing a major expansion in access statewide. We also examined variation in the ways families apply to Universal Preschool and where they enroll, and we found some demographic differences which I'll describe in a moment. These findings point to the need for a deeper understanding of family preferences and experiences, particularly how application timing and enrollment pathways may shape available options. For example, families applying later through direct enrollment may face a different set of choices than families participating earlier through pre-registration or matching. This has important implications for access and equity. As an example of this variation, families who pre-registered in the spring differed from families who went through direct enrollment in the summer or during the school year. Families who pre-registered in the spring included an overrepresentation of children from homes with higher incomes, children who are not multilingual learners, children who are housed and not in foster care, and white children. These families are more likely to enroll in community-based and home-based settings, and with providers that have slightly lower quality ratings on average. In contrast, families using direct enrollment later in the year included an overrepresentation of children from homes with lower incomes, multilingual learners, children who are unhoused or in foster care, and Black and Hispanic children. These families more often enroll in school district-based providers, and they are enrolled with providers that have slightly higher quality ratings on average. These patterns raise important questions about family experiences, preferences, and available options, and whether current pathways are supporting equitable access to high-quality preschool. Children with IEPs have a unique experience applying to universal preschool, as current policy requires that children with IEPs be served by school district-based providers. This structure shapes how families access universal preschool and may limit options for families who would prefer a community-based or home-based setting for their child. These findings again highlight the importance of understanding family experiences, particularly whether families encounter barriers to accessing IEP services and whether they are able to enroll in settings that meet their needs and preferences. Now I'll turn it back to Dory to discuss key takeaways.
Thanks, Rachel. I'm going to just quickly share 5 takeaways here from our learnings. Takeaway number 1. Despite a very fast start and limited time to build up its infrastructure, the Colorado Universal Preschool Program is now in its 3rd year and is constantly improving. While some parts of the program are still being developed or refined, the program is maturing and becoming more stable. The second takeaway is that Universal Preschool now offers 4 application pathways: pre-registration, family matching, non-IEP direct enrollment, and IEP direct enrollment. While providers generally understand the process for them and for families to sign up for the program, both application and enrollment need to be smoother. It's also too early to tell if the family matching pathway improves equitable access, as we still need to hear from families about their experiences, data collection activities we have in progress now. We also want to analyze the most recent program data to identify patterns over time. Takeaway number 3. Over 60% of Colorado's preschool providers have signed up for Universal Preschool. This includes school district-based settings, community-based settings, and also home-based childcare spanning a range of quality levels according to ratings in Colorado Shines. We also found that many different factors influence a provider's decision to participate. Takeaway number 4. In the 2024-2025 school year, over 40,000 children enrolled in Universal Preschool, mostly in school and community-based programs rather than home-based programs. We found that family demographics were related to how families apply and the programs where they enroll. Additionally, children with special education needs who have IEPs may face unique barriers to accessing both preschool and their required services. And takeaway number 5. Our current evaluation activities will provide even deeper insights into how the Universal Preschool Program is being put into practice. Thank you for your interest in the process evaluation of the Colorado Universal Preschool Program. Again, you can find our report on the Child Trends website, and feel free to contact us with any questions.